Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is scheduled for one talk. TNN Entertainment gives to you TNN Talk with Nigel versus the World and Tony Watches Wrestling. Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Nigel here, along with Tony.
I've just been waving like a madman for 2 minutes. I'm still doing it. Can't stop.
Oh, fantastic. I wish we're back with another episode of the podcast. Hopefully it'll run a bit smoother this week, Tony.
How do you make any promises?
How do you think about that?
Well, I ordered a bit of equipment called a cam link and forgot to order something else for it. So, yeah, mate, we're in the same boat, really. I've charged my batteries this time for the lights. So hopefully, and I think I've lit it a lot better. I think I'm a bit gold, but that's fine. And hopefully I don't randomly peak at some points. I think I've left my audio where it is. I put my mic in a better position. We're learning. And it's,
to be fair, it sounds like you're already like a step ahead of yourself with the charging of the batteries. So I'm proud of you there.
I left them out to charge for days because I knew I'd forget. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I'm impressed you didn't just charge them overnight, you charged them for days, so
yeah.
Hey, let's just hope them batteries last.
I'm fucking my electric for you, alright?
But anyways, Tony, how are you doing today? You okay?
I mean, other than the 2 hours it took me to set up because of me just being, in general, a lackadaisical person, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty spicy.
Yeah, when Tony says the 2 hours to set up, it's now 5:37 on Wednesday the 14th of October. I was ready at 3:40 on Wednesday the 5th of October.
Now, hold on. I had to sort my cupboards out because they were getting a bit full. I did do something.
Well, we don't need to talk about when we were ready. The important thing is we're ready now, and that's all that matters, Tony.
Finger gun. I don't know why I did this at the end of last week as well. I kept just pointing my gun at the camera.
What are you trying to tell people? You become some shooter or something?
I am the trench coat that they told you not to worry about.
All right.
That makes no sense.
I like trench coats, but I don't like the one that they told us not to worry about.
Is that me?
Yeah, well, apparently, according to you.
Oh, yeah. So,
but anyways, Tony, let's get into the show this week. What do we have on the podcast this week for us, Tony?
Well, as you can see behind me, hopefully I've not fucked up my keying out, and you'll hopefully see the lovely Anthony Starr, also known as Homelander. Is he called Anthony Starr? Gotta look this up now.
I have no idea. And I'll be 100% honest to you, when you said to me earlier, you've got Anthony Starr from The Boys, I was thinking, who the fuck is Anthony Starr from The Boys? I was like, who the hell's Anthony Starr? I was thinking, that's got to be like Black Noir or something. Like, I was like, who's this?
Who's actually called this now? Because I'm kind of...
See, honestly, right, just for anyone who's out there, like, my pitch is barely... but
it's him.
Like my picture was going to be Homelander. It was going to be Homelander. So if he just went out and said it's Anthony Starr, we would have had the same picture probably on the bloody show.
We could have as well.
I'm glad you cleared that one up there.
I am not one of the 7, but he is.
Oh no, he very much is one of the 7. He is the 7.
He is the 7. Best show on TV right now. Not that there's much competition.
Oh no, there is. I don't know if it's the best show on TV right now. It might. It's up there. It's up there. I asked a friend this the other day, and he said he wasn't a massive fan of The Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Without naming names or anything, what did they say they didn't like about it?
It's too far fetched.
It's about superheroes.
Some evil superheroes. I think that's what he wasn't a fan of.
See, I always it's got a good point though, because like the Avengers are a bunch of arseholes. Justice League are a bunch of arseholes.
Yeah, not in the extreme lengths the boys
No.
goes too. But yeah, I get what you mean. I can see why some people wouldn't like it as well. I mean, the whole jacking off onto the city thing and all that.
That was the perfect ending.
yeah. I'm just gonna put this out there as well.
Spoilers.
If you don't want spoilers for the boys, either skip ahead in the podcast or don't watch this week because it's probably going to be heavy spoilers.
Did you think it would be? Well, let's get into the elephant in the room, I suppose. I honestly thought when people's heads were popping, because in season 1, there was all the rumor and innuendo to Fly from the comics. I thought it was going to, and you keep hearing buzzing and stuff, even in season 2, random bits of buzzing. And I thought, the Fly's making people's heads blow up, and it's not the Fly.
I didn't even think of a Fly. I'll be 100% honest with you, so I wasn't thinking that at all. I was, for most of it, I thought it was the lassie.
The one who did it?
Stormfront, aye.
Oh, Stormfront, okay.
I thought it was Stormfront the whole time that was doing it. The only time I got a bit weirded out, what the fuck, is when they're in the court case, obviously.
Yeah, because
it couldn't have been her at that point, unless she was just really bold.
One of my flatmates watched it back, and he said, knowing with the knowledge of who it is, it made perfect sense, because she acts really weird in the court case bit.
Oh, right.
I can't remember how he described it, but he did describe it as weird. So, fun fact.
Maybe I have to watch it back, to be fair, just to see. Because
I want to watch it all again, to be honest.
I didn't even consider that, to be fair. But I might watch it back now you've said that, because that's an interesting point, because it'd be nice to know what it's like going into it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I was going to say, what did you think overall of the season?
Oh, I mean, it was always going to be hard to top season 1. And I can't say for sure if they did. But man, it was great. It was fantastic. Like I just said, best show on TV right now for me. I know there's not a lot on currently airing other than Blythe Manor. What else is there? Not much on. So I guess it doesn't have a lot of competition and it stands out.
Yeah, it's just Bly, really. Honestly, I hold Bly on the same level as it, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, a lot of people have said as much to me, but I haven't even watched Haunting the Hill House or any of the Haunting series yet, so
yeah,
it's on there. But for me, it's hard to say whether it topped season 1, because season 1 did kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
But it definitely lived up to the hype that I had. I didn't even. You watched it in a different way to me, didn't you? You waited until they were all out and then watched them.
Yeah,
but I've been watching week to week, and me and my partner have just been like, "Oh, it's Friday. Oh, we can watch The Boys." You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, obviously, season 1 last time came out just all out at once, so I was sort of just I kind of watching, binge watching it at the time, because I was away in the Lake District, I remember, and that's when I watched season 1, and it was a whole week to week release thing. I'm pretty sure I said to Will this because we were both hyped about it when it first came out, and I wasn't sure on the week to week thing, and I don't know, I think I kind of forgot about it more than anything, to be honest. And then it just so happened that the day that the final episode released was the day that I decided to watch The Boys.
That's when it all came together.
Yeah, literally, it was the night before, and I was like, I'm going to finally watch The Boys, and then it turned out because I stayed up the whole night. Literally, I was up from oh Jesus, I think it might have even been after we finished recording last week's podcast,
That's what did it for you?
Yeah, I think I started watching The Boys after last week's podcast. And then, so from when we finished it in the evening, I started watching it, and then I didn't finish the season until the next morning at 10.
That is dedication, isn't it? You just powered through. Are you better off for powering through?
Oh yeah, definitely. I prefer a binge to stopping and starting. Obviously watching Bly at the minute, and I've done the same with that. I've got 2 episodes left, and I binge watched all 7 of them last night, I think, because there's 9. And I had to stop today because I needed some sleep, and then I had university this morning. But if I didn't have university, I would fucking happily just smash them all episodes out.
Been all over it.
Yeah, because I didn't want to stop, man. Because when I stopped as well, it got to a really fucking good part, and it was like, for fuck's sake, why do I have to stop now? I do prefer a binge, though, to stopping and starting.
It's interesting because, like, I'm just playing around with lighting while I'm doing this, because I looked in the camera and I wasn't happy. But anyway, excuse me. Yeah, it is interesting because, like, the boys made me appreciate watching week to week again, to be honest. I was like, for example, I was watching with my flatmates on the court case episode. I was like, oh, can't wait for next week now. Like, and I hadn't had that feeling in a while, because usually you just go, oh, well, put the next one on, go on. You know what I mean? And it was like, I know they've only done it because of COVID and stuff, but it's kind of nice that, like, they've been able to do it, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. I mean, it could have got freaking cancelled altogether, like you say, I guess. I mean, the fact that they've still managed to get it out in some way is pretty much good, especially when, like, there's not a massive amount of TV shows going on, and, well, it's like why Bly's doing so good at the minute. I mean, because everyone's at home, in some sense, and so it's a perfect time to release stuff, especially when there's nothing on at the cinemas. Yeah,
absolutely.
So,
have you been to the cinema
recently, or since COVID?
Since COVID, yeah.
Just for Tenet.
And what did you think of Tenet? Just to get sidetracked.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Honestly, perfect movie to come back on.
My boy,
Robert Pattinson, man. What can you say?
I'm here for the career revival. I'm all for it.
I didn't even know he was in the movie until you told me. Like the day before I went to see it.
Aye. Until I showed up at the cinema that day, and I was like, "Oh, it's Robert Pattinson." No, actually, to be fair, my partner told me because she's like a massive Twilight fan. That's not the only reason she likes it.
I'll be 100%. I'll be 100% honest with you though. I didn't think the movie was going to be what it was. Like I thought it was.
In what sense? Like
I thought it was going to be a totally different movie. I don't know if it's because I didn't watch trailers for it. But, like, when we saw the 10-minute preview at Star Wars in Newcastle, I thought that was going to be, like, a total war film.
Yeah, well...
Like, I thought it was going to be, like, a massive war film in, like, Russia and stuff. And then, obviously, they had that scene again at the very beginning. But it didn't even really, like, go war after that, to be honest, did it? It was more like a Mission Impossible or something, almost. Or a James Bond, for me.
It was like, you know, he's going back in time to stop him going back in time to end the war. And stuff. Like, because a little bit of terrorism, I suppose. But
no, well,
I get what you mean.
Yeah, it said. I read the description going into the movie. And this is an interesting thing to talk about as well, just descriptions of movies, because it said, I think it was something like a group of young detectives or something try to stop World War III from happening, which in a sense,
the same description.
In a sense, they are correct, but when you say stop World War III from happening and you show off that 10-minute preview, which they do, I'm expecting like a full like war film.
I get you.
If you kind of get us, like,
no, I do.
Not what that was coming out to be. And like after seeing Tenet, I was like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't change my mind on the movie because it's freaking amazing. Like, and I don't know, I think I expected a different film going into watching the movie, but definitely wasn't disappointed leaving though. I mean, I'm glad I saw it. It's fantastic.
I thought it was a bit of it had a bit of memento in it. But just comparing it to other Nolan works, it had a mix of like Inception and Memento, didn't it?
Yeah.
In the way, like, kind of like just steals from other Nolan stuff. But
yeah,
I suppose that's just film for you. It's just like everyone steals each other's ideas, even if it's their own ideas.
Yeah, well, one thing I didn't realise, though, until I saw that movie is I didn't realise that Alfred's been in every single Christopher Nolan movie almost.
Oh,
like I didn't. Yeah,
wow, fucking gay.
yeah, honestly, I didn't realize that was a thing until that movie. Will was like, yeah, he's been in like almost all of his movies, and I was,
he's his Samuel L. Jackson.
yeah, it's
Well, like
his guy.
Tarantino's Samuel L. Jackson.
And I was
You
like,
get what I mean?
yeah, no, definitely. I was laughing for a lot of the film as well because it's when it came out sort of just after the
Decent
Batman.
bits, actually.
What's that? Sorry.
There's some decent bits, isn't there? Like not funny. Or you talk about something else?
Oh no, I'm talking
I
about.
thought you meant in the film. I thought you meant it was really funny. Like, I laughed out loud.
Oh no, to be fair, there are funny bits in the film, but I'm on about something else completely. I'm because it came out around the time in cinemas of when the Batman trailer dropped.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously Robert Pattinson was in it, so a lot of people were probably watching that movie thinking, oh, is he going to be good? Is he not going to be good? And for a lot of the movie, I was just laughing because I was like, this is Batman and Robin, isn't it?
I get you.
For loads of the movie, I was just like, oh, well, this is his Batman audition. And the guy who's like the actual main character is just Robin. That's how I was watching it for like the first 10 minutes.
I totally get your perspective there, to be honest.
Yeah. But
I do see where you're coming from. I've just been like, well, I don't want to break the illusion, but you probably won't have seen me fiddling about my camera for 10 minutes. But
oh no, that's the thing as well. I still can't see Tony because we haven't got the cam links, and I think we've found out we're never going to be able to see each other.
Yeah.
So
You're just gonna have to trust. But my God, like I've just been fiddling with it for 10 minutes. Like I think I'm finally happy. I just got like a tiny bit of shadow, but I'm just getting over it. To be honest, everything else looks fine.
Probably we're a step ahead from last week.
Yeah.
So
Well, in about 3 weeks' time, I'll maybe finally be at the point where I'm happy.
we'll get there. That's the important thing. The Halloween special, you'll be flying.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, that's. I guess we've discussed that. Did you have anything to add?
Not really. I mean, just a sidetrack from Tennant. I mean, yeah, the boys.
It's good shit. It's fucking
It's
good
just
shit, man.
fucking great. Because I mean, Jesus, I didn't see the ending coming.
Nah.
I didn't see that.
Well, I did see little boy rage happening.
Oh, I saw little boy rage happening. Sorry, I didn't see spoilers. Didn't see Stormfront being a Nazi.
No, I got that. I got that impression. Not like from the start, but they alluded to that well.
Oh no, like I mean, when they revealed it, obviously I got it. I just didn't expect her to be a Nazi.
When she first came on the scene, and she was like, "Yo, girls are so cool! Like, Starlight, you're a fucking dweeb! Like, stand up to everyone, that kind of stuff."
Yeah, no, honestly, I thought she was a great character, and I'm kind of gutted
for like 3 episodes. She was.
Yeah, I'm kind of gutted she got killed off. Honestly, I thought she was a really good character. The powers were cool. The fact that she could only really be killed by getting squished in the head by Homelander for a while was also a thing. Like, for a while, it was only Homelander that could kill her. So it's kind of fitting that Homelander's kid is the one that got rid of her. And I just found it hilarious when she was on the floor, like, Einsan, Jushin,
she was
Fanda,
just reading a
Sega,
little
Bubba. Yeah, she's just spitting off some Hitler to everyone.
Spitting off Hitler? Yeah. Well, she's got photos of Hitler, so I suppose it's not there.
Aye, that's it, man. She's got the pics from, like, when she was, like, Liberty.
Did you notice the girls get it done with Frenchie? Do you know which bit I mean?
Oh, which bit was this?
You know when the girls are all fighting, and then Frenchie's like,
right, the
"Girls do get it done."
I
was hilarious.
I didn't pick up on that bit. I don't think.
Like, because like the slogan all season is "Girls get it done."
Oh, I didn't click on that. No.
Oh yeah, there's like the I can't remember what the manager's called of the 7.
Oh, the yeah.
Then she's like, the slogan should be like "Girls get it done," and then it's like, people are coming out as like Maeve's coming out as gay, that kind of stuff, all that kind of jazz. And it just, I feel like it built perfectly when Frenchie was just like, when they're all the girls are fighting with all the powers, and then Frenchie's just like, "Oh, girls do get it done." I thought it was just a funny moment, but it also had a decent message, I suppose. I don't know.
I'll be 100% honest with you. There's not a lot of like TV series that I rewatch, and I've not rewatched a TV series for a long time. But I might actually rewatch The Boys again because I don't think. I presume it'll come out next year, season 3. Because it just confirmed it for anyone. The ending's a bit like leaves you on, oh, what's happening here? Because it's all like a happy ending, but it has been confirmed for season 3. And from what your boys, I don't know his name, but from what the Homelander actors said, it sounds like yeah. From what he said in an interview, apparently Homelander is gonna be absolute Hitler in the next step. Like
it's
series.
Gonna just be Hitler. Well, you know, do you watch Supernatural?
I can't say I do.
Do you know who Jensen Ackles is?
Not a clue.
He plays Dean in Supernatural. He's going to be in season 3.
All right.
Can't remember his character's name. Soldier Boy, I think.
Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy up in it. Oh, what you?
Yo! Sorry, that peaked.
Oh, get on. Fucking
dun.
Soldier Boy's gone from Twitch and he's onto The Boys. What a fucking rise.
Hey, wow. If anyone was having a 2020 comeback,
it's Soldier Boy.
Patterson and Soldier Boy.
Robert. There we go. Batman and Robert.
Oh, no. Oh, there we go.
But nah, honestly, man, I fucking love this season. Did you have a favourite moment yourself?
Well, the girls get a good moment was pretty funny.
Yeah,
the court case bit was good. Like Homelander jacking off at the end.
That was funny, to be fair.
Homelander when he meets the shapeshifter.
Oh shit! What was that part?
It's really early in the season.
Oh my god! No, yeah, it's the freaking woman, isn't it? And he's like, turn back, and he's choking the fat guy on the floor. And he's like, I can only do it for so long.
Anytime the Deep, any scene the Deep was in, he was amazing.
God, the full fucking church thing. I think that was probably my favourite thing on the whole series.
Fuck your Fresca.
What was that drink? What was that? Was that just like some sort of happy drugs or something?
I think it's like the sort of meant to be a bit like the Church of Scientology, aren't they?
Right.
And it's like, I guess it's like a way that they can indoctrinate you. I don't really know the ins and outs.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they like that, but
I presumed it was just some sort of like happy pills or something, which I think essentially it was, wasn't it? In a way,
it's something like that. But anytime the Deep was on screen,
oh no, he's fantastic. Like honestly, I wasn't massive on him in the first season, but this season
he's a bit of a non-see rapist in the first season, I suppose.
Yeah, this season though, he freaking redeemed himself. Like honestly.
Well, and then again, he had one of the most uncomfortable scenes on TV ever in the last season with the gills.
Yeah, I thought that was coming back as well. Do you know? I still felt a little bit uncomfortable with that gill scene this season when he's talking to it and everything. Yeah. Oh Jesus! I was like, oh, where are we going here? And do you know when the girls were talking to him and it's like, you know what you've got to do? And I was like, oh no, you don't have to do it again. I've already seen this shit once.
I'm glad that didn't go there, as you said.
Oh Jesus Christ! If that went there, I think I probably would have stopped the season right there. To be honest.
Like anytime the Deep was on Huey when he had, when he's in the tunnel.
Yes,
and he keeps getting told you just need to find your second wind. He's like, I think I found my second wind. That was wholesome.
Yeah, no,
I actually didn't really like Butcher this much in this season.
Didn't like him at first, but he won us around at the end.
Just because Becca, I just don't like Becca. I was kind of glad she died.
Oh, his wife.
Is that bad? I did like it when he was like, "Well, leave the kids."
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has a point. Like, it's not technically his kid, and I get that she wants him to be raised, but he's probably going to become an asshole.
Yeah. Well, he did have good advice from though. Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, don't be a cunt. That was solid advice to
words
anyone.
to live by.
Yeah, don't be a cunt, everyone. Just don't.
But yeah, it's my TV show of the year. I can't even remember what else I've watched. Well, I don't know what I've watched that came out this year that'll top it. I did watch Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes this year, and that'd actually probably just edge it. But they came out like 2006.
Yeah. So for you, your hottest TV show of this year would be The Boys.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else I've watched that's new this year. I know the stuff, I've just forgot everything in this moment.
I'm interested to see what you'd think about Bly.
I'm sure I'll like it.
I might get you to watch an episode, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and we can
I
talk
want to watch Haunted Hill House before that.
Yeah, Haunting of Hill House is probably better, in all honesty, because it's clever in the way it does it, and stuff. But I won't go into that.
I know my flatmate was talking about a shot in Haunting of Hill House where, I don't know, it's just like this. It's like a ghost or something, and it's just a still shot for like 10 minutes, and it's just staring at you.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a still shot. There's a funeral scene, and it's with loads of ghosts and stuff, but it's a continuous shot for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he showed me it once.
There's no cuts or anything. It's just one continuous shot, and it's quite impressive because they just keep moving throughout the whole thing.
I remember him showing me it, and I was quite impressed at the time.
Yeah, I remember at the time because my university lecturers were like proper bumming over.
They're like, I do love it when mate, I just watched for uni. I had to watch this film called Adaptation, and I thought going into it, because it's a film where Nicolas Cage plays two characters, and I thought going into it, everyone was going to shit on it, but the lecturers loved it. And the lecturers loved it, and they were like, "Oh, this is great, isn't it?" I was like, "Thank God, I enjoyed it too." Because sometimes they show you stuff, and I'm like, "That was pretty good." That, and then like, "So why was this crap?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck,
why was it shit?" Oh crap, I kind of like that show. See, like, that's my problem though. Honestly, there's so many things that are like shitty TV shows and movies that people hate, and I'm usually like, really? I kind of enjoyed that.
Does it come from us liking wrestling that we've suffered through so much shit over the years?
I think we're
watching a subpar product that
we might be a special case though. To be fair, I know I'm definitely a special case because even wrestling fans hated that Big Show, and I fucking loved that.
The Big Show.
Yeah, do you know the Big Show on Netflix?
I haven't seen it. No, a lot of people liked it, didn't they? Like, a lot of people hated it. But
I think the majority of people hated it, but some people liked it. But it got cancelled.
Well, I got cancelled.
Yes, so it's. I guess that speaks for me. Maybe I can't speak about you, but you could be onto something with the whole wrestling thing.
Netflix cancelled Glodo, so what the fuck do they know? Bastards.
That they don't know. I saw Mark Maron actually posted a video about that, which was proper cool. Can't even remember his name. What the hell is his name? The character?
Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Yeah, Sam. Sorry. The actor.
I saw him in Joker.
Oh no, same. I freaking marked out. Didn't know he was in it.
I was like, he's from Glow.
It's freaking Sam.
I literally lent to my mate. I was like, "Oh, he's in a show I watch." He hadn't said anything for like 20 minutes. And I was like, "Oh, Sam."
It's Sam. Your mate's probably just there like, who the fuck's Sam?
And he was like, "Why aren't you marking out for De Niro?" I'm like,
no, it's Sam. But
was it De Niro? Or was it? No, it's definitely De Niro.
No, it's De Niro.
Pacino's in that Nazi show on Prime, isn't he?
Oh. But,
sorry, carry on. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got excited.
Oh no, he posted a video, but he was basically saying about it getting cancelled, and he was just like, I don't understand why Netflix are like straight up cancelling it. Why don't they just make a 2-hour movie special of it?
Yeah.
And I mean, they totally should. I mean, it's and Netflix is like, give us 2 hours, we can wrap up the show in 2 hours and you can make a big deal out of it being a movie and everything, and it'll work out. Give the show a proper ending. Just can it.
I mean, and season 3 had such a wet fart of an ending. I know a lot of people didn't like season 3, but I liked a lot of stuff in season 3. I just didn't like the ending. It just felt. I was left feeling, is that it? But yeah, there's a lot of things that need wrapped up.
Yeah, no, I was going to say they're kind of there though, aren't they? They could easily wrap it up in a 2-hour movie because obviously Sam has his like cancer and everything, and all that, or whatever it was he had.
It's like the heart problem, isn't it?
Yeah, the heart problem.
Heart attack. I was like, I'm not ready to lose him.
And I feel like they were kind of at a point where they could easily wrap it up, to be honest. I think it was probably going to be the last season anyways, but they could Yeah,
I mean,
but they could easily wrap it up in like a 2-hour show, but we don't run freaking Netflix. That's probably not going to happen unless
I've
people
heard
revolt.
that like Santa Clarita, whatever it's called, diet, it was amazing, and they cancelled that, so they just seem to want to cancel anything.
Yeah, I suppose in COVID, it's all about saving money and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, even though you've made like fucking... Nah, never mind. It's like a record profit-breaking year for them, isn't it? But whatever.
Yeah. Well, anyways, any closing statements on the boys, or?
Hope Anthony Starr wins awards. Carl Urban has a really crap British accent, but I do like him.
Do you think it's bad?
It's awful. Like
I don't mind it. I mean, he's
like, right, fucking Aussie.
Yeah, I know. That's the part I don't get. Why the fuck did they get an Australian to play a British?
Just, like either right, even if it's a British character who's meant to be a Cockney, whatever. Either make the TV version an Aussie, or just get a Cockney.
Yeah. The only thing I can say though,
he's got the swagger in that, and he's got his facial expressions are unbelievable.
I hope if the MCU ever does a fucking X-Men, I hope he gets the Wolverine role.
Oh, he'd fit. I actually think. Well, I don't think.
Well, he practically is freaking Hugh Jackman, isn't he?
I prefer Carl Urban, to be honest.
So I would love to see him as Wolverine. To be fair,
that'd be class.
Be something.
Well, if it isn't the Invisible Can.
Just see, that would work though. Him saying that shit as Wolverine to like fucking imagine Chris Hemsworth as Thor just saying something like, "I'm the fucking Lord of fucking Isengard," even though that's Lord of the Rings. Sorry, don't hate me.
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Don't hate me, Greek mythology fans. I can't think of the fucking name of Thor's kingdom right now, but Asgard. That's it.
I couldn't think of it. I was too busy singing the Lord of the Rings thing.
Hey, that's a movie one day. Asgard versus Isengard might make that. But could you imagine him Thor just saying something like, "I'm the Lord of Asgard," and then freaking he just comes out as Wolverine like, "All right, steady up, you fucking cunt," and then sticks his claws into him. That'd be great. I'd see that.
That'd be class. I'd be for that. I'd be all for that, mate.
But anyways. That's enough boys talk for 1 week. We're on to
your screen.
Second subject is wrong side. Big ol' Bailey herself. 365 days as women's champion. Oh, that's probably like 368 now.
It's probably longer. I don't know. It's been a while. I hated the picture. I think your picture's using it as well. It was like Lacey Evans was one of the hardest defenses.
Yeah, no, it is. It's that exact picture. And to be fair, it doesn't look like a hard list of defenses apart from. It starts off with like Bailey versus Lacey Evans, then it's Bailey versus Carmella, and then fair enough, they pull it back with a fatal 5-way elimination at WrestleMania, which is hard. And then they kind of bring it down again because Bailey versus Nikki Cross, and then SummerSlam Bailey versus Asuka. So there's 2 matches there which are hard, but they've left out loads of matches. But yeah, the only reason I picked it is because it's 365, and it was the nicest looking image. So that's my.
I mean, one of the only things I've got going on, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there's not much going on.
Retribution and the draft, Roman J. That's good stuff.
Aye, well, that was the main reason I picked the image, to be honest. The only reason I picked it was because it was like 365 for the title defense. So I thought I'd put that image there. But the main reason I picked the image was because we're talking about the draft, Tony. And
I can't even remember all the picks.
I'll
get them up.
You'd think I was almost prepared for this because I can give you a rundown here if you would like it. Because I've got the draft picks right here.
I know Bray went to thingy.
Well, I'll give you the rundown. So for round, we'll go through the big picks. So on SmackDown, the round 1, Drew McIntyre went to Raw, Roman Reigns went to SmackDown, Asuka went to Raw. This is my pick of the draft. Seth Rollins went to SmackDown.
That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, first time ever been on.
Well, Ray went to SmackDown as well. I thought, well, I know they've still got the whole thing going on, but I thought they did it to separate them. No surprise to see AJ going back to Raw.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I was the same as you. I was surprised when I saw Rey Mysterio get drafted as well because I thought that was them ending the feud. But But I feel like we're probably getting Roman versus Seth at some point again, or maybe they'll join forces or something.
I mean, I want more of Jay. It's Jay, right? I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's Jay.
Jimmy's fucking got knee, right? Yeah.
I didn't even know. I thought he was out for other reasons, to be honest, but it could be that.
I don't know what it is.
Not entirely sure, to be honest.
But it's Jay that's got the mint feud. Honestly, I always toyed with the idea myself on T-Dub of making Jay or Jimmy. It didn't really matter. They both got charisma. They both can go. Just toying with a singles push for both of them or either of them. I remember once I had a title feud where both Usos were in a triple threat for the title, for example. So I'm all for it.
Oh no,
they are some of the best performers.
Yeah, no, they've done stellar, and to be fair, it's been a good title match feud so far. Obviously, they're going again at Hell in the Cell. Be interesting to see how that is inside its cell, because it's not necessarily what you'd think of a blood feud. Like, fair enough, you've got Randy and Drew, and then
think Orton's winning?
No, probably not. If he was going to win, I feel it would have been when he was hot at SummerSlam. Yeah, I think it'd just be weird dropping the belt to him.
They're very good at that, aren't they?
Well, you've got to have one of them blow off in the cell, and I feel like that's going to be that one. Because Orton's gone to Raw, to SmackDown, hasn't he, I think? And Drew's gone to Raw. I could be wrong. I've got the fucking draft right here. Why don't I even... No, Randy's gone to Raw as well, so it could well go on. You could be right. They might actually drag it out.
Well, I'm already ready for it to be done.
Yeah, I feel like logic would say that Drew would win and it would be the end of the feud. But logic doesn't apply in WWE. So
there's some good stuff, like the Hurt Business is fucking unreal. That's what we couldn't remember the name.
Yes, I was gonna. That's where I was going next. The name of the Beatdown Clan is the Hurt Business. I almost messaged you the other night because I watched this draft live both nights, and they were like, "We are the Hurt Business," and I was like, "That's the freaking name of the faction." I was like, "Oh, it's not the freaking Beatdown Clan." But
Beatdown Clan,
mate, honestly, I'll reiterate my point from last week. They are a faction. And Cedric Alexander, Jesus Christ, that's the first load of charisma I've ever seen from that good young man. Like, honestly, that faction's done him wonders.
Yeah,
it looks sharp.
All people need at the end of the day is a character. I mean, look who he took on Raw this week, Ricochet. All he needs is a character. He doesn't even need. We all know he's shite at cutting promos, but was Jeff Hardy? Nah, but you got given a character, and he got fucking over like Rover for that reason. See,
I kind of hate what they did, because the match, I don't know if you even know what the match was. Did you know what the match was for Ricochet and Cedric?
I just saw the finish.
Oh, well, they had this horrible stipulation, and I kind of wish Ricochet lost. Basically, what they decided, and they put this up in text, and it's ridiculous to read, because it literally says it like this. If Ricochet loses, he joins the Hurt Business. But if Ricochet
lost.
But if Ricochet wins, the Hurt Business have to leave Ricochet alone.
That makes him look so weak.
Yeah, when it's like, oh,
what a sad cook.
Yeah, leave me alone if I win. You can't attack me anymore. Like, why? What
the Hurt Business were mean to me.
Yeah, it's like, why have you even put that as a stipulation? Like, I thought it was leading to him joining them. Yeah. And I kind of wish it did.
I'd like that. Yeah. Maybe we booked on T-Dub. I did it. Ricochet had been managed by MVP. I wanted that.
Yeah, I'm just checking the draft here. Because I can't remember. I think Ricochet ended up on SmackDown, to be fair. I think that's why. That could be a good so they might actually have... No, Ricochet's on... No, apparently Ricochet's on Raw again.
We haven't addressed the... Is it the elephant in the room? It's the biggest draft pick. New Day?
No, they've addressed it.
Well,
they just
fix it.
They're broken up. They're just gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh no, we haven't addressed it. They've addressed it.
Oh, right. I thought you meant they hadn't addressed it. I was like, I know they have, but
Oh, no.
I mean, it was coming eventually, wasn't it? I think everyone's a bit more surprised than I was about it. Like, I've been waiting for it for a while, to be honest.
No, me too. I'm glad they didn't split them up like with a feud.
Yeah.
Not want that.
No, same, because I think they're the only exception to a faction that should never turn on each other.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're just good being friends, and I don't think you ever need to change. I think the only way you could have a feud between them is like, well, obviously you could turn them if you really wanted to, and that's probably what
I don't want them to.
No, same. Like, I think the smart way to do it would be Big E wins the title, and they fight each other in like the Rumble or something. Like Kofi comes up against Big E or something like that. I feel that's the way they should fight if they're gonna fight each other.
It shouldn't be like personal though. It should just be who won the title.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But at least Kofi and Xavier are still together, and Big E's going to get his nice big push. So all's well that ends well, I suppose. I mean,
I was really surprised as well to see what they did on Raw, because obviously the Street Profits got drafted to SmackDown, and
I wanted that out for a while myself.
And then New Day got drafted to Raw, but obviously they were holding the other respected brands' titles.
And they just swapped them, didn't they? I thought it was kind of cute. Were people mad at that?
I don't think so. I just thought it was kind of a very obvious thing to do. Like, I thought it was going to be them transitioning into new title designs, personally. I thought that's where they were going with it, but no, just fucking, aye. Here you go, Paul. You have the blue ones, you have the red ones.
There you go.
Aye. Oh, I kind of like blue.
It's my favourite colour, Paul.
Aye, that's literally what the segment was, but I guess you could have it some simple like that sometimes.
Did you think of Riddle and Strowman? Do you believe this out into Seth saying he didn't want to work with Riddle, and that's why?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
No nonsense here, pal. Allegedly, he's. I'm 100. To be fair, I don't want to say anything more on that. In case I get
I'm 100% behind Seth on that one. Actually, I have no time for Matt Riddle anymore.
So you've thrown your neck out there. I've just said allegedly, just on the off chance that there's nothing going on, and
I can't believe it. It just seems like, even if he's not on Hunt, he just seems like a bit of a twat as well.
Aye, he's I don't know.
I mean, well, what's the?
He's not Dream. He's not Velveteen Dream, is he?
No, he's not that much. But what's the need in thinking you're a big guy and like? Don't get me wrong. Yeah, why do you need to go up to Goldberg and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm not your bro"? Even it's funny, I get it, but like, is there any need?
What is the need? Sorry.
I
didn't really care about any of that stuff. It was more
no
accusations
same,
are the biggest red flag for me.
No, same, but it just like, for me, that just cements the accusations. It's like, it's just, he's got a bit of a twat personality, and then obviously even Dana said he had a twat personality when he was in UFC.
Oh,
What did you think Dana broke?
Forgot he was in the UFC. He'd always be pissing hot, wouldn't he?
Yes, so it just doesn't surprise us. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a funny dude and he's a good wrestler, but I don't know, I've just, after the whole allegations and everything, I've just soured on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you should, are perfectly sane and rational. I mean, there's a chance, I guess, that it could be an Enzo situation. But I guess it's not really for us to comment on, other than our little, he's a nonce, probably, maybe, who knows?
Yeah. It's one of them, but I mean, enough of Matt Riddle. What's your pick of the draft?
I mean, I'm not saying it's the pick of the draft, but I'm saying I'm just looking across the screen at my monitor. By the way, I look cockeyed. You might see me laughing on the podcast, and it's because I have no idea who the fuck this is. I don't know how you've got it up, but I've got it on WWE.com. Have you got Dabba-Kato as well?
No, I'm not laughing at that one. There's an even more randomer one. Apparently, this was announced round 7 on Raw Talk. The last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant, was apparently a 2-row Raus.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Who the fuck is a 2-row Raus?
On my list, Eric's last.
Eric? Who's Eric?
Eric, as in. Whoa.
All right.
If I can,
I'm guessing that was on this. I haven't got that on mine, to be fair.
I don't know. My list is some shite page, so who even fucking knows? I'll just knock that.
A two-row. I need to Google who a two-row rose.
Sounds like he played. He sounded like he played for like Benfica or something.
He looks like he played for Benfica. In all honesty,
Benfica in like 2000 when they were good.
He's Brazilian, but he looks like a Greek striker.
Yeah, he might get like 7 goals.
He looks like a Greek striker that has like 18 heading ability on FM.
And that's what you want. I've been playing a lot of that recently.
He's a player, this guy.
I mean, my pick of the draft. I'm just saying it so because I was worried that they were going to do, like Bray's. There was talk that Bray was going to go face, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's not though, is he? Because with the way he's acting with Bliss and stuff.
I mean, that could easily go face.
But he's like getting out of like being to people.
Yeah, but I feel like he's gone anti. Okay. He's gone anti-hero again, hasn't he? Because like people like it. And to be fair, it's kind of taken the sinisterness out of Bray doing this. I feel like.
Well, I think him avoiding Roman is good because there's no chance Roman's dropping that belt for a while.
Oh God, no. Well, that's why I don't think Jey Uso's got a chance in hell.
Best thing I've got.
Yeah.
He's the only interesting thing for me on this show at the moment, other than maybe the Hurt Business and Bayley and Sasha.
Well, I mean, who else is on that show to take the belt from him?
If you can push Big E to the level, him. Other than that, Drew, who's already a world champ.
Well, Drew's on Raw, so...
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's already a world champ, he's on a different brand.
I agree, Big E. It takes
he needs the push, though. I don't want him to just get a shot, like, randomly. That needs to happen at WrestleMania after he's won a Rumble.
Yeah, for me, the only person that logically could actually take the title from him was Seth, but it makes no sense whatsoever. And I also feel like they're going to join up together as heels at some point. I feel like Seth's going to continue the cult thing and then he's going to get Roman on board as his lackey.
Are you hoping they avoid like the Samoan bloodline thing with like Jimmy turning on Jay or Jay?
No, they're gonna do it.
You think? I mean, I want like a bloodline faction.
I mean, how many times did they do Matt and Jeff, even though they shouldn't have done Matt and Jeff?
I don't want them to feud. I want them to be in the same faction.
Oh no, I think they're gonna fight. They're literally gonna fight because it'll come out again at Hell in the Cell, won't he?
Yeah,
because that's how it ended last time, didn't it? He threw in the towel.
Yeah,
so it's gonna happen.
Hopefully, if they do feud, it's a bit better. Like Matt and Jeff, they only had the one good match in TNA.
Yeah, I kind of like the WrestleMania match. To be fair,
it was all right, but like
it's funny watching the storyline back now, though.
I killed your dog, pal.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. It's weird watching that back now. I always love it though because that song is amazing. I was listening to that earlier today, the Crash song. Crash, you're going down. Oh, it's a tune.
It was meant to be Christian, wasn't it? The feud originally.
Yeah, I think you're right on that actually. Yeah.
And then they changed it to Matt.
Kind of glad
probably would have had better
though.
matches with Christian, wouldn't he? You what?
Yeah, he probably would have got a better match, to be fair, out Christian. But I'm kind of glad it changed to Matt because they did, for all they did, they deserved, if they were ever going to feud, it deserved to be on WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
and I was into that. That was one of the matches at that WrestleMania that I most looked forward to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really like 25 as a Mania, other than Shawn Taker. I can't think of anything else other than that No DQ match and other than Shawn Taker that I really like. Jericho, class.
Yeah, I can for all the wrong reasons. I think it was that match, wasn't it? Oh no, it was Jericho versus the Legends, wasn't it? Was it Jericho versus Legends?
Yeah, it was like Steamboat.
There was that match, and my favourite match on that show was the Extreme ECW, the New Breed versus the Originals.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
That's exactly why it's my favourite match, because nobody remembers it, and I just love that shit. Had Marcus Corvon, Kevin Thorne, Elijah Burke,
smooth.
Matt Striker with a new breed, and you had Rob Van Dam, Sabu, Dreamer, and Sandman. That was great.
He's left Impact, hasn't he?
What was that, sorry?
RVD.
I know he's left Impact. That's a good shot, actually. He has.
I wasn't doing a thumbs down. I was just doing the RVD pose, but you can't really see me do it. Looks like I was giving him a thumbs down. You can't really go back to WWE though, can he? So what's he going to do? Retire?
I mean, he's probably I think he said he was at that stage, didn't he, recently? Like, he might do a couple of dates or something, but not really many live dates you get at the minute, is there?
Nah. He was doing some good stuff. I did like him and Katie Forbes. I thought they had a good dynamic.
Oh, no, yeah. I was kind of surprised he got released, to be honest.
Did he get released, or did he just leave?
It's one of them. I'm guessing he's just left.
So we're pushing him pretty hard. He's feeling Sonny Calhan, wasn't he, before he left?
So I'm guessing it must have been him that left. Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe he is going back to WWE. Maybe they've got around the ideal. Maybe. Or whatever.
I mean, like, unless he was like, I should be champ or something. And to be fair, it's probably one of the hottest things he had for a while.
Yeah,
whether he got him kicked off the Twitch or not.
Apart from EC3, but he's not even going for the world title, is he? He's going for the TNA one. So,
don't like the Bound for Glory main event, like.
No, I'm not looking.
Rubbish.
Well, I can happily say I'm not watching Bound for Glory this year. It's on the same day as Avril Lavigne, so I'm watching that instead.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it because I can't be arsed seeing Rich Swann hold the belt.
Nah.
I'm hoping Eric Young returns. But
if EY retains, that's fine by me.
Yeah, I'm hoping EY retains, but I just feel like it's going to be Rich Swann.
Just got a bad feeling.
Why is he even in the main event?
3 times this weekend for you, huh?
Like Bound for Glory, the biggest show of the year. Why is he main event?
I don't know. I was just going to bring up the story of Rich Swann having a meltdown.
Oh, go for it.
There's a reason I shouted and did that was we went to WrestleCon UK. Was it that? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it was WrestleCon.
TNA, Impact, whatever, had the show. Yeah, Rich Swann had wrestled like before, earlier in the day, and I guess he wasn't happy with his reaction, or somebody called him a wife beater or something. Because he went to the guardrails and I wrestled 3 fucking times to you this weekend.
He made a big deal out of it, didn't he?
He did. He had a little strop.
He had a little strap on the guardrail, and then after the match finished, and I'm pretty sure he won, didn't he? He started getting salty because he won.
He started shaking it. He started worrying it.
He got pissed because he won, and like Trevor Lee, bless him, was just sort of standing in the ring like, what the fuck is he doing?
And that same weekend, bloody Jeff Jarrett watching Impact while he's got a lawsuit.
Jeff Jarrett watching Impact from the side when he's got a lawsuit against them. Bless him.
And then, like, was there a match?
Was there a match?
There was a match, and like, this is how over Walter, is and still is and was back then. Like, there's a match between, like, I don't know, like Eddie Edwards and the lads. And everyone just goes, it's Walter. And everyone just turns to Walter and starts chanting Walter.
I can't remember that. It wins the prizes there, to be fair.
Because everyone that was a Rev Pro show that day, and everyone that was on the Rev Pro show just went to the door and started watching the Impact show.
I do remember that, because that's where Jarrett was. But the remaining image that's in my head right now is just Jeff Jarrett standing by himself with his gold at that desk.
GFW gold, baby.
He was still selling the gold, man. I wanted to go over to that damn thing and buy some gold. I was
fucking carny.
Funny enough, I was actually watching a freaking video on GFW the other night. Just the
He's making the jump.
I didn't realise they promoted it on Impact though. Like, I know they obviously bought it, but do you know when he was actually still in charge of it and they had, like, the lawsuit going on?
Yeah.
They actually let him appear on shows promoting GFW with the lawsuit going on. I don't know if that was to, like, sweeten the deal or something. I had no idea.
This can't be Ed, Don and Scott era. This has got to be Dixie.
No, this is still Dixie, I think.
Because like they kind of know what they're doing. Those three.
Yeah, it might have even been Billy Corgan era, you know.
Big Billy. Well, he kind of wanted to sweet. It could be to sweet. He kind of wanted to. He was working. He had some special plan. To be fair, so he was going somewhere. I can see that.
Yeah, I think it actually might have been Billy Corgan because they were letting him wear his merch on the TV show. Because I think the big deal he made out of it was he. I cracked up when I heard this on this video. I didn't know this. I remember hearing about it, but I didn't know he wanted this much. He thought that all like 3 episodes of Global Force Wrestling tapings was worth $5 million.
It's not going to cut the mustard, mate. I think the roster had already left.
He was asking for $5 million for that tape library.
He's good at holding people up, though, isn't he?
I mean, Jesus Christ. How he wants a half-empty baseball stadium for $5 million?
Most of the roster that's not even there anymore.
No one's going to buy that. It's kind of gutting, though, because there was some superstars on that GFW that really actually shined. Like,
thingy, can't remember the name. The Bollywood Boys?
Yeah, the Bollywood Boys were big on it. They made a big thing out of Christine Von Erich. Not Von Erich, not Lazy Von Erich, Christine Von Erich. It's kind of like Shotzi Blackheart, but they made a big deal out of her on there. And there was, I think it was Rubik's, who used to be in TNA. He came back and he got this massive push in GFW.
And then Bobby Roode making the jump, of course.
Aye, Bobby made the jump, didn't he, when he was already in NXT when the taping's aired?
What did you think of that the other day? James Storm was basically like, if it wasn't for COVID, Beer Money would be in WWE right now.
It's interesting.
Is he lying? He's talking out of his ass? I want to see it. I love Beer Money.
I think he's probably talking out his ass, to be honest, because NWA was, if it wasn't for COVID, he'd probably still be in the NWA. So I feel like that.
Did you also see NWA getting the CMFT champion?
Oh no, what's this?
Corey motherfucking Taylor.
Are they actually?
Yeah, he's showing up in some capacity. I don't know in what way. I just saw it the other day.
Oh, I didn't.
The CMFT champion. That's how they announced him.
I just didn't know that was a fucking thing. But
that album came out. I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh, I've given it a listen. It's okay, to be fair.
I just like how in the in the CMFT Must Be Stop, the single song is just like, I released a shite song, and he's just proper smug, like looking at the camera, it's this is shit. This
it's the best on the album, man. Honestly, it's the best song on the album.
It is.
Well, I wasn't impressed.
Honestly,
too much
it's
with
better
the others. It's okay, but
it's better than any other. It's better than any Stone Sour song I've listened to. Fight me. I just don't really like Stone Sour. You know, like everyone was saying that like his solo album's really generic. Have they not listened to Stone Sour?
I kind of like Stone Sour, so I'm not going to comment.
Barking up the wrong tree, I think.
I respect your opinion.
I mean, it's just, how do you go from Slipknot to Stone Sour and say this is acceptable? I guess you like him.
I mean, it's better than his solo shit, that's all I'm saying. But,
Absolute Zero is a banger.
But anyways, that's I feel that's all our wrestling talk.
We keep getting distracted. It's like we don't want to talk about the draft.
We haven't even really touched on it, but there's not much else to say, to be honest. We've covered the big picks. Unless you want to know about, anyone out there wants to know about a 2-war Ross and the split up Heavy Machinery. That's the other big tag team breakup.
Oh, I did see that. Do you reckon he's losing Money in the Bank any day now?
Don't know. I don't
feel lost already. Don't watch the show.
They might let him cash it in, but it'll probably
catches it on Roman.
I think it'll be like a 5-minute thing. I don't think he's holding it for like a proper reign.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they let him win it at Mania?
That'd be class. I'd actually be for that.
Jesus. Nah, I think Otis's momentum's completely died out, to be honest.
Yeah, but he won the title briefcase, and then they didn't fucking use him.
He should have won it on Money in the Bank early. Should have done the match earlier in the night, and he should have won it on that night.
Yeah, after he climbed the corporate ladder. I wouldn't have been against that. It would have been an interesting, because that was like shit COVID era. Well, now it's shit COVID era, but that you got like really shit COVID. We're opening everything up for the economy again. You can do stuff, and now we're back to shit COVID, right?
Yeah.
I'm just basically referencing the lockdowns. That was in like a bad part of the lockdown, wasn't it? It would have been interesting.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of an interesting part though, because they were doing the cinematic stuff back then. They've completely effed off the cinematic stuff now, haven't they?
After you had the greatest match ever, how can you go back to cinematic?
Well, that's it. I mean, it was a fucking good match. Like, it might be the greatest match ever. But
what else is there to talk about? We're at the hour mark.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to wrap up the wrestling.
My equipment hasn't died this week, so that's good.
I'm going to wrap up the wrestling talk for us right there, because I don't really have anything else to talk about, to be honest, unless you do.
Nah, that's me. No? I'm good, Chief.
As you said earlier, congratulations to AEW. Also, like barely going 365 days. They have managed to have Dynamite go 365
on the day of recording as well. By the time it's released, it won't be.
I'd love to be able to comment more on the show, but I have no idea about the product. So.
I assume that Cody's going to be OC, but I think that would be a nice little moment if Orange Cassidy beat Cody. Were you pissed off that Cody beat Brody Lee? Everyone was pure raging last week, weren't they?
Not really.
He's fucking came back and took the title already, fuck's sake.
Kind of like Vampire Roads.
Well, I kind of just saw it coming. It was so obvious that Brody was only going to be a transitional champion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't watch week to week AEW, so maybe I'm not as invested.
I didn't think Cody was going to win it back. To be honest, I thought someone else would have took it off Brody. I agree, he's transitional champ. I thought someone else would have took it myself, but I'm not against it. It's probably one of the better things about AEW.
Cody's one of the best part of the roster.
He could easily be a world champion. So
he could, but then they made that stipulation, didn't they?
I have no idea about the whole product. I remember he lost the match, so that's probably what you're on about.
To Jezza.
Aye.
Jez.
Again, I've not seen much of the product.
Honestly, I thought I was going to be really into it, but I just haven't been into it.
I'd probably be into it still if COVID wasn't a thing. But I'm not opening that. I'm not opening that bottle up again and talk too much about COVID and wrestling on the last week's podcast.
I'll talk about it every week because it's relevant, isn't it?
I'll get started again. But
sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna close that one up, Tony. Would you like to give us an album for the week?
Album for the week, just pulling it out of my ass. Trying to think what I've been listening to recently. I've just been listening to a load of singles. Bear with us. Can you go first? I'm going to have a look at my Spotify history.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go first, mate. No pressure.
The album that I think people should listen to is Knuckle Puck Shapeshifter, because it's perfect for fall weather. And yeah, I mean, you put on Want Me Around in this cold weather outside, driving in your car, mate. That's some vibes.
Okay.
So yeah, give Shapeshifter a listen, everyone.
I think I went a bit. No, I haven't. I'm gonna go a bit different to you. Although, like what you just suggested is what my next video is going to be about. Like Knuckle Puck are a category for fall or autumn, whatever. I'm gonna go. I've just been listening to like one song off it recently, but I do love the album as well. Youngblood's 21st Century Liability, class album, unreal. You got like I Love You, Will You Marry Me? That's what I've been spinning a lot recently. It's class. I got Anarchist, 21st Century Liability, California, Machine Gun, which goes hard. It's all good. It's all good stuff.
Not listened to the album, but might give that a listen.
Oh, honestly, Youngblood's class. Like, I know people will be like, "Oh, like me, he's like pop, but he's not. He's also like rapping. He's also like got a bit of punk in him. He's got a bit of fucking everything in him. He's class. He's unreal.
He does have a bit of everything in him. He's got a bit of Avril Lavigne and Taylor Swift. Have you seen that cover?
I've seen the.
That's fantastic.
I've seen. I haven't actually watched it, but I saw it covered. Both of them.
It's fantastic.
He's great. He's fucking great. I love his like little face when he's singing. He's always like, it's like his jaw's always like drooping, like he's took like lots of fucking.
The part of that I absolutely love is you sort of just did it. And I heard nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And as you're pulling a face to a camera, which I cannot see.
He kind of just goes like.
For me, it just sort of went quiet, and I was just sort of there, like, must be pulling a face.
You'll see it when you watch it back.
Aye, but I think that's us for this week, Tony.
Well, on music or in general?
In general, to be honest.
In general, an hour long. Well, before I go, fuck Operation Big Picture. And fuck playing pay-per-view for football matches.
I second that notion. I had no idea about Operation Big Picture until an hour ago, but it's complete bullshit.
Yeah, I'm glad it got rejected at the time of recording.
And yeah, pay-per-view matches for football is absolutely ridiculous as well.
Ludicrous. I hope they start like doing taglines like Backlash, Man United versus Newcastle.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what made me laugh when they said pay-per-view matches. I was like, what, are they going to charge like 40 quid every weekend?
McTominay wants revenge on Longstaff, whichever one's relevant. I don't know, like Matty scored last year.
Oh, did you know what would be class though, just before we end this? Could you imagine if it was the last weekend and it's pay-per-view and it's like, the end is here. And it's, do you know, like that fucking Armageddon 2004 package where like fucking JBL's getting hit by like Booker, Eddie, and Undertaker with like all the finishes, and it's just like it's hard cutting between all of them, and basically it's just all the teams that are in the relegation battle just getting like goals bashed in against them all. It's like, the end is here.
Leeds' logo flying across the screen. Leeds won't be down there. What am I talking about?
They're probably winning the league. This rate.
Who's down there? Who's shite? Fulham just sliding across the screen.
Mate, Fulham are already relegated.
You feel proper shit if you're a Fulham fan, and you look at what the Jags get in investment, and you look at what AEW gets in investment, and you're like, we can't fucking buy a centre back.
In all fairness, the Jaguars are pretty shit themselves.
Shit. I assume they were good and they had investment. Did they not get money?
They have an investment, but the problem with NFL is they've got a salary cap. So you can't really do much with an investment in that.
I see. Gronk, to quote an Attila song, Gronk, you're fucking sick though.
Aye, he's back as well.
He is. It's an Attila song called Call Out 2, and they go, fuck Tom Brady. Gronk, you fucking sick though.
A lot of songs say fuck Tom Brady, I love you now.
Why does nobody like Tom Brady?
That's because he's the best of all time.
Simply the best.
It's like, I was going to say it's... well, there isn't really a comparison, I guess. I was going to say it's kind of like people hating on fucking...
United,
I was going to say the only thing that was coming to head was Roman, but I was like, Roman's not the best of all time. So, aye.
He's the best in modern day.
Oh, no, definitely.
I might even extend that to all of the companies to piss all of our fan base off, but no, seriously, I genuinely believe, other than like maybe Goat Carter, I can't think of anyone else that's better worker than him. Like, honestly, like... Don't know, I haven't watched a lot of wrestling this year, so...
For me, it's Seth.
One of my favourites turned out to be a paedophile. Well, not a paedophile, just a rapist, sorry.
Plot twist.
You are. What a twat.
Well, anyways, that's...
On that note...
that's been us, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck David Starr.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the podcast. Tony, would you like to plug anything?
Subscribe to Tony Watches Wrestling. Check out the FIFA videos.
Yeah, we've got FIFA videos.
Will you be uploading the SmackDown videos by then?
Maybe. Possibly. Might even be something else.
If it's
Who knows?
whatever video we put up after the podcast will be a gaming one. Go watch it. It'll be fun. Or don't. Do what the hell you want. I'm all for free will, as I say on my channel. Yeah. Watch next week, though. And eventually we'll have this in audio form. Probably.
Yeah, that's coming. We're working some logistics out. Say logistics to make it sound professional. Currently working on offing out.
If you want to sound professional, you just go, right, we need boots on the ground.
We need boots on the ground. Yeah, I'm currently in negotiation battles with Spotify. They're currently like trying to give me like 5 million for the show, but I'm asking for like 6.
We'll eventually take over Joe Rogan. It's fine.
Yeah. Once we've got the legal battle sorted out, it'll be on Spotify, don't you guys
Joe
worry.
Rogan, this podcast is brought to you by DMT. I laughed at my own joke. That's not even my joke.
Well, there you go. On that bombshell. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.